Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, doctor, we can hear you.
Can I? Okay.
Yes,
I think we
doctor.
can start. First of all, let me take your attendance first. Abdul Hay Akbar, are you there? Abdul Hay?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Next is Bopa Singh.
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Okay. Next is CK1. One CK.
Yes, doctor, I'm here. You.
Kyung. Okay, good. Fatima.
Sir, I'm here.
Okay. Lim Han Piu.
Here, sir. Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hello, Macy.
Hi, doctor, I'm here.
Okay. Muhammad Rajiji.
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Okay. Eng Hui Min.
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Okay. Nur Atika.
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Okay. Ong Fong Yu.
Yes, present. Thank you.
Okay. Samuel. Samuel. Asik also cannot hear voice. What happened? Fong Meki. Yeah, Fong Meki.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Okay, Fong Meki is here. Okay, Fong. Okay, Fong Meki is there. Okay. Samuel, are you there? Samuel? Last week also I didn't hear your voice.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. Sunita, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, doctor.
Okay, good. Tan Jack Tong.
Yes, I'm here, Doctor JT.
Okay, Yap Yong Yi. Yap Yong Yi.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. And Yong Wai Sin. Yong Wai Sin.
Hello, doctor. I'm here.
Okay, very good. Looks like attendance keep increasing. Number of people joining our class. Great. Thank you for that. Okay. Yes. Jeffrey Hoy. Jeffrey Hoy, you lose. Jeffrey Hoy, Jeffrey Hoy saying, okay, there. Yes, Jeffrey. Take your attendance already. Anyone else? Okay. We already in the week 6 already today. And today is supposed to be the last day for you to submit your group assignment. And I'm still seeing some of you yet to register. Any idea what happened to them? Anyone? Let me share my screen. Can you see? Today is the last day submission, but I can see Ahmad Naif, Ganesha, Kumar, Jana, and also another one, Maha something. Don't have group. Anyone got any idea what happened to them? Last week also already highlighted. No. This will become an issue later. Okay, later they say, I never do, I never come. Jana is here no? Ahmad Naif? Ahmad Naif, no. You only came once, I think. Ahmad Naif. Okay, Ahmad Naif, don't know what happened. Ganesh should be okay. I also don't know. He also never attend. And Jana Gendron also never attend any of the classes. And Maha only came once, I think. Maha only came once. After that, all these 4 people, no group. Okay, let me write down first their name. Okay, while waiting for that, anyone has any question? Anyone? Can you finish your assignment today, group assignment today? Jana Gendron. Indira. Maha Malima or something. Okay. Anyone, any question? No question of a group assignment. Okay, with that, we can close the group assignment. Let's now move on to your next one, which is due by next week, 9th July. Individual assignment. Any question? Don't be shy, yeah? Just ask if you don't know. Nothing wrong by asking. Anyone? No question. All good? No question in the WhatsApp group also.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah,
welcome.
very good. Yes.
Okay,
Let's
for
start.
for the assignment, can we submit for you for viewing before
No,
submit?
no. I am not reviewing. You just submit. Confidently you can submit. And be confident with yourself. No worries. All will be good.
Thank you.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay. Any more question? Can you answer? Understand the question? Can you understand the question? If you don't know, please ask now. This is the best time to ask because next week is already going to due already. Your week 7. That will be last week and also last day for you to submit your individual assignment. That is final assessment. So if you have any question, please ask now. Best time to ask. Don't be shy. No, So remember, so basically the chapter is talking about the subject area. All of you can choose one area and discuss about the area. Can be anything, can be any subject area. Decision area. Remember the 10 decision area, you can choose. No limitation on which area to choose. These are the main key aspect of operation management. Key area of operation management. So today we're going to look another key area decision, what you call a supply chain management. What is supply chain management? Okay, this supply chain management also very, very important. I don't know how many of you interested in supply chain management. If at all you're interested, you can pursue even the degree, PhD, even you can do your what do you call? Your project paper later, thesis, also can do in your supply chain management. It's a very wide topic. And also, very interesting. If you ask me, very interesting because it captures everything. And people might not sometimes confuse. What is the difference between logistic management versus supply chain management? Anyone? What's the difference between these two? Logistic management versus supply chain management. Anyone? Well, let me open the slide. Anybody have any idea? What's the difference between supply chain management versus logistic management? Are they same? Or they're different? Anybody? Anyone from manufacturing? None. I mean, just say lah, whatever you know of. No right or wrong answer here.
Hi, doctor.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yes.
from manufacturing,
Ah.
but I just give it a shot because
Yeah.
I'm choosing the topic also supply chain management. From my view, I think logistics is part of the whole chain of supply chain. So I mean from my research and also working even in in development world, supply chain is very important because it's starting from the raw material part until the end of the hand of the user. And actually today I'm supposed to interview one of the supply chain company. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay,
Doctor.
yeah, very true. Very true. And yeah, you're right. Logistic is a part of the supply chain management. Not the supply chain management is part of logistic. No. Logistic is part of the supply chain management. Even logistics, a lot of companies you can hear the logistic company. All the transporter, they call themselves logistic company, right? A lot of company at Tiong Everest, so many companies, all called logistic management. Logistic is a part of supply chain management. The overall is called supply chain management. Logistic is one part of it. It's not the other way around. Because a lot of people confuse what is the difference between logistic management and supply chain management. Supply chain management overall. Logistic just part like what I was saying, right? So basically today we're going to see supply chain management. It's a very, very big topic. As I said, you can do a project or thesis on this supply chain alone. A lot of things we can study under the supply chain because it covers basically everything. It covers everything. So before that, let me show you what is the outcome. Today's learning outcome. Okay, basically explain the strategic of supply chain. Supply chain is very important. All the companies' success and failure depends on this supply chain. So what is supply chain? Another question. Issues and opportunity in supply chain. What are the issues? The main issues that encounter. Evaluate the supply chain performance. So compute percentage of asset committed to inventory. It's another thing like what we studied about inventory. Inventory just part of supply chain as well. Just part of it. Compute inventory turnover. That will be our lesson today. Basically, this one just for information. Okay, what is supply chain management? From here, you can see supply chain management is the integration. Integration activity that procure material. We start from buying the material. Buying the material or services, transform them into a finished good or what you call intermediate goods or finished goods. Then you and you deliver them to the customer. That means basically what you're trying to supply chain means consists of everything. That means you buy all the parts. Parts means raw material. Raw material. Some of the parts I'm calling raw. What's the difference between raw material? Raw means all the raw material that you use to assemble a product. For example, I want to assemble a car. I will buy all the raw material like car. Tires, seat, whatever the material that I need, small component that I need to assemble the car. So when buying over from supplier, because then I assemble the product. After that, once I finish assembling the product, the assembling is called operation management. The one you're doing assembling is called operation management. The one you're moving parts from the supplier to your factory, you need a logistic company. Logistic company, all the transporter. Transporter logistic company is simple. Just move item from point A to point B. And that's what called logistic. Move point A to point B. So you move all these parts from the supplier to your factory. Then you assemble the product. After that, you move this product back to the customer. From supplier, you assemble, then move back to your customer. Let's say I assemble a car. I buy all the spare parts. I assemble it. Then after that, I ship the part and the finished good to the customer. That's called supply chain management. So both in and out, we need a lot of logistic people because they need to move the part from the supplier to me. Manufacturing assembly is where my operation management takes place. After that, I move back the part back to the customer. That means logistic. From A to B or B to A. I mean B to C or So logistic is as simple as the move part from A to B. That's logistic. Supply chain is more than that. Not only moving, but we also inclusive of the assembling the part, process the turn from the raw into a finished good, then move back to the customer. So very clear now what is a supply chain management. So here look the last sentence here. Competition is no longer between companies, it's between supply chain. What does it mean? It's not fighting among companies now, because supply chain is who can deliver fast, who can deliver efficiently, who can deliver within with the lowest cost. For example, I can tell you, for example, one of the situation I think I shared with you. Let's say I want to move part from Taiwan to Malaysia. Who can move the part effectively with the lower cost and faster delivery? How fast they can deliver without any damage? Who can do that? Then it's the fighting. Everyone fighting for that. Assembling, yes, who can assemble the product at lower cost? Who can produce product with the high quality? Who can produce within the shortest period? All these are competition taking place. And remember, I've got time to market. How fast can you deliver the product to the market? Whoever late will gone. For example, like now, a question been asked. Remember the other day, I don't know whether I mentioned to you or not, the car. We are all now going to electric vehicle. Who are the players producing electric vehicle? Now you know China is leading. China is leading. They are very effective in producing the car. So now the fighting is not because of the companies, who can deliver fast, who can produce and deliver. Now China is leading on that aspect. China is worldwide conquering. So now the other companies, Japanese, you are wondering why. Of course, Japanese said, well, we might not use the electric. We might not use electric. We go for hydrogen. Whether they succeed or not, only times can tell. At the moment, we don't know. But China already pushed through on the EV, electric ready. But Japan haven't. Maybe they said very difficult. Very difficult to maintain because they say the environmental effect, a sustainability issue with the battery. So how you want to sustain the battery? And there's a big things going on outside there because of the batteries, the material they need to produce the battery. Because the raw material for the battery basically come from China. So if I produce EV, the battery, I need battery. So I got depend on China. I have to depend on China. If China say no, or China raise the price, I'm gone. So Japan worried about that. So they say if at all China, for whatever reason, they block the raw material because I think 60 or 70% of the raw material for battery comes from China. So they don't want to depend too much on that. So they're going for hydrogen. So all these are decision. Of course, at the moment, we don't know who going to win. But these are the action that taking place down there. So supply chain. So who can produce, who can deliver fast, they become the winner. So that's what they're trying to say. So this is some of the supply chain costs versus the sales. That means sales, whatever you're selling, this is cost, the moving part from A to B, assemble and ship to the customer. So these are the what they are calling about the supply chain percentage to the sale cost. So I want to ask you, in the major thing here, when we make a decision to buy a product or when you make a decision to make your product, sometimes some of you, for example, simple thing I don't go this far. Somebody, maybe your mother or even yourself, like to bake cake. When you make a decision, so let's say you want to bake cake, you want to buy cake or make cake for your birthday. Everyone want to celebrate birthday, they'll bake a cake, right? So when you make a decision to buy or you want to bake the cake by yourself, how you make a decision or what makes you decide, shall I buy or shall I make? Anyone? Anybody? How we can make a decision whether to buy or not to bake the cake or by yourself? What are the item or factor that you'll consider before you make a decision to buy or make? It's a big decision. I'm just giving a sample of the cake. Anyone? What are the factors you take into consideration?
The availability
Yes.
of all the raw materials, sir.
Yes, you look at the cost of the raw material. Number one, whether it's available or not, raw material. Whether you can get all the raw material, or not, number one, whether you can get the raw material. Sometimes cannot get, sometimes cannot find, certain things might not available near your place. So myself just order lah, better still. Of course, somebody just now rate cost. Cost is the main factor. But other than cost, cost is main factor. Yes, I don't say no. Yes, time, whether you have time to make or not. Yes, whether the fella can deliver on time or not. Yes, Samuel, what do you think?
Skill,
What?
skill, core competence,
Skill,
like
skill,
skill.
yeah, yes. Not everybody can bake cake, right? You must have skill to bake the cake. Yes, agreed. So same thing, in outside there, whether let's say I'm the what do you call? Let's say I want to produce computer, this computer, laptop. I want to produce, let's say Dell, even Dell also. If you look at the Dell history, that they changed the world, they changed the way world functions, okay, you will take any item you want to manufacture. Let's say you want to manufacture this Dell, this computer, laptop. Some parts we can assemble or can buy ourselves or can make by ourselves. For example, this mouse. Every computer need mouse, right? Shall I buy this mouse? Let's say I'm the producer of this laptop. So just simple thing. Do you think I need to assemble this mouse also, or shall I buy this mouse? Good question, right? I'm already producing this computer laptop. Do I need to buy the mouse, or do I make the mouse by myself? Same thing. To assemble this product, this laptop, I also need to have the hard disk, right? I also need hard disk. I also need the screen, right? I also need the screen. I also need the motherboard, right? I also need all the other components, right, to assemble this computer. So do I need to buy some of the component, or do I make the component by myself? So it's a big decision that you need to make. And that's what you call make or buy decision. If the cost or whether you have technology to make, of course you make. If it's cheaper, then you have all the technology to make the product. You have. Otherwise, you buy, right? So here are some of the factors that you need to take into consideration before you making a decision whether buy or make. So reason for making, let's say you want to make the product by yourself. You want to assemble the product by yourself. Then you look at the core competence, whether you have the competency or not to build, number one. Number two, lower or not production. If I do myself, maybe cost me 10 ringgit. If I just buy from China, you only cost me 2 ringgit. Myself just buy lah. You need to take in that one, cost. Unsuitable supply means what? Whether I have the supplier to supply the raw material to me. Sometimes you cannot find the supplier. Unsuitable. Okay, next is assure adequate supply. Yes, you must have enough supply, then only can make lah. If no enough supply, don't make. You must buy. That's so if you have enough supply, yes, you can make. Desired quality. One quality, whether you can achieve the kind of quality that people are asking or you are expecting. So whether you can make yourself, if that kind of quality, you might, why not? You go and make by yourself. So obtain the desired, remove supplier collusion. Yeah, sometimes the supplier will call together, ramped up together, then they won't supply the part to you. So what you can do is, okay, I make myself settle. I don't depend on you. Why should I depend on this kind? A lot of things happening outside there. If you're in supply chain and industry, you will know what I'm talking about. So protect personnel from layoff. Yes, if you have the people, myself, you make by yourself. Otherwise, you buy means you have to lay off your people. For example, like just now I said the motherboard or even the hard disk, even the mouse. If I make by myself, at least my people got job. Am I right? They can be employed to assemble the product. If I were to buy the hard disk or were to buy the motherboard and so on, then the whole assembly line have to close shut down. And that all those people working in that particular operation need to be retrenched. So that's thing that we need to take into consideration. Increase or maintain your size of company. If you want to expand your company, normally you make. You want to reduce your size of company because you're not doing very well, then you buy. So these are the criteria that you need to make before you make a decision to buy or sell. Buy or buy. So these are I'm telling you again one example. Last time we used to make hard disk. Sorry, hard disk. Seagate is known for hard disk. one of the major component in the hard disk are actually 18 component, 18 component to make one hard disk. One of the major component in that hard disk is PCB, the green color board, PCB. And this PCB, as you know, we are, of course, we are producing 300,000 or 400,000 PCB per day, 300,000 PCB, the size of this size, we're producing every day about 300,000. You also wonder, who going to buy the kind of hard disk every day, right? But actually, there's a demand for worldwide, right? Seagate was, I think, number one or number two, worldwide distributor for the hard disk. So they'll make. So the question is that when they want to improve the efficiency of this hard disk, they improve the whole process, from supplier, reduce the supplier, reduce the cost of bringing the goods to your place, improvise the supplier, so reject rate will be low. Saw so many suppliers, so suppliers quality good, blah. And also you also improve your whole process to manufacture the part. Maybe last time they, as I said, remember, last time they start with $9, the product, and the one PCB, right up to $2 something. $2, I think $2.40 or something like that. You managed to bring down the cost from 10 to $2.40, that particular PC. But at the same time, China is willing, people are willing to sell the product for $1.90. So now you tell me, do I need to continue build the PCB, or shall I just buy from another supplier who are willing to sell the same PCB for $1.90? What will be your decision? Anyone? If I make the PCB, which is one of the major components for hard disk, is $2.40 at that point of time. And someone in China managed to sell the same product to me at $1.90. Do I need to buy, or do I need to make by myself? Continue with myself. What do you think? Lim Han Yu, Pure. What do you think, Han Yu? If you were the decision maker, will you continue make by yourself, or you decided to buy $1.90 from China, and yours is $2.40? What do you think? No idea.
Yeah, Paul, you are calling me. Okay. Yeah, because I heard my name is different.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Lim Han Pure.
Yeah, correct. Okay.
Correct, Okay, Lim Han Pure. Yes. What do you think?
Yeah, Paul, can you give me your question again? Yeah.
I said if I were to make my own PCB, the cost is $2.40. If I make myself, $2.40. If I were to buy from supplier, outsource, I mean, I buy from another vendor, the fella will give me for $1.90, same PCB. What will be my decision? Shall I buy, or shall I make by myself, even though it's $2.40? Or I should consider what kind of factor before I make the decision to buy or make?
Yeah, depend on the situation first.
Okay, what situation?
Yeah, firstly, we need to compare our variable cost and the fixed cost. See,
okay.
Yeah, see whether which one is cheaper. Yeah.
Okay. Some more?
Yeah.
The total, the one, if my cost is $2.40, that filler is $1.90.
So for logical thinking, maybe I will choose buy because it's cheaper.
Logical lah. Yes.
Logical.
But then I also need to think other things, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, what are the things I need to think before I decide to buy or make?
Yeah. First of all, is maybe it's a fixed cost for me. Fixed cost. Yeah, for example, rental, warehouse cost.
Okay. Yes. So some of the costs I did there. Okay. Basically, simple thing you look at is whether that supplier can deliver the quantity I wanted. Number one. Quantity can deliver, or whether can deliver the quality that I wanted or not. Yeah, 120. Yeah, price wise it's cheaper, but the quality wise, whether can deliver as my my requirement or not. That's number two. Number three, what happened? The fella bankrupt. What happened? The fella, the supplier got major issue, lying down. Maybe one day there's electricity failure, or like last time COVID. The fella also cannot move. What will happen to my operation if I depend on him? So these are the things you have to consider. This is a major decision. Beside cost, you also need to see whether the fella can supply or not. Quality part. You know what will happen? Most of the time, sometimes these people they produce with a level lower cost, not necessarily it's good, Sometimes they might not even have the tracking system. Simple thing I tell you, they might not even just produce as per normal, everything okay, but they may not use a proper system to track all the PCB. In future, maybe 5 years down the road or 3 years down the road, if there is any complaint from customer related to that particular hard disk, we need to trace back the PCB, who built it, which which particular IC, let's say, got problem. We need to trace back, when they build that PCB, what are the IC used on this particular PCB, whether that IC got used on other components, other PCB or not, when was the batch used, blah, blah, blah. So many things need to track. If you don't have a proper tracking system in your assembly line, in future, if there is any issue with the hard disk, we cannot confirm with the outsider how many products affected. What is the affected quantity? People assume is you cannot answer the question. Because why? You have no tracking. How many PCB was built with this particular defective IC? What is the reject code for this? What was the body marking for this particular IC? Because you want to trace what was the impact of this quantity of impact. We want to find out, also cannot find. So the simple thing can make life difficult. So again, I'm telling you, price is one thing, but price is not everything. So here you can see some of the decision for buying. They make buy because lower, yes, one thing. Preserve supplier commitment. Yes, sometimes if you never buy with the supplier, the supplier won't be connected with you. You will go to someone else. They look for different buyer. They won't sell to you because they say, you are not buying from me. Somehow you need to keep with them. So somehow, in order to keep the relationship with him, whether we make by ourselves, because we need some support from them. So we will buy from them. In previous company, we have one policy. We call it 80-20. That means my capacity, the company's capacity can only build 80% of the demand. That's how the things works. My demand, my capacity only can build 80% of the demand. I will never have a capacity 100%. Why? Because if my capacity 100%, if my demand fluctuate, what will happen to my capacity? It will be ideal. It will be waste. Because let's say my capacity 100 or demand only got 80 means what will happen to the balance 20? The balance 20 people of the operation will be ideal, right? So I cannot build an operation 100%, fulfill the 100% capacity, fulfill 100% of the demand. No, we only build 80%. So my capacity, or CG at the time, they only have capacity 80% of the demand. So balance 20%, what happened? Normally, right, the market, the demand will fluctuate. Demand always fluctuate. It won't be 100% over here, right? Every day 100, no. Sometimes it will come down, go up. If it's above the 80%, any demand below that, I buy. That's our policy. If our demand is more than 80%, I'll buy. If the demand is 80 and below, I build by myself. That's the thing. Because why? I make sure that I don't want to keep extra 20% capacity with me, because I know this extra capacity not going to have it for whole year. Maybe only certain months only, 2 months, 3 months in the whole year. Balance 9-10 months, there's no demand. So that's why they only have this policy called 80-20. 80% of the capacity to fulfill the demand. The balance 20% if the demand, if it's higher, we'll just buy from outside. So these are some of the technical decisions they make to keep our operation intact. Clear? Are you clear now? Reduce inventory cost, make or buy. Sometimes you just buy, because sometimes you feel that making means can keep a lot of inventory. Lot of quality is also possible. If you cannot produce high quality, better buy. Reduce inventory, ensure alternative source. As I said just now, you always keep on source there. If at all your factory down, your line down, or any issue that you have, you always can turn that fellow to supply for you, because you can buy from him. Sometimes not always your line can produce output, right? Sometimes due to whatever reason you're down, that means you can buy from your supplier. So you always keep some connection with the fellow to buyer, so that you will buy from him. Not like You one whole year didn't buy, then suddenly look for buyer, definitely cannot get buyer. Immediately cannot turn on another buyer. So that is the make or buy decision. So in terms of supply chain strategies are the strategy. Remember, supply means from supplier to factory, factory to the customer. So the strategy here is negotiating with the many supplier. Yes, you don't buy one product from many supplier, from one player. This theory is also changed. In 90s year 2000, we all have so many supplier. For one product, we have two or three supplier to supply the part. For example, I want what? Let's say I want to buy the motherboard. I want to buy motherboard. Supplier, okay, I'm only assembling one. I buy from three vendor. I give, depends on the quantity like each vendor. But then the strategy change. They say if I give three one vendor, what will happen? Let's say I have to, cost, then I'll go for single vendor. Instead of every three, I go for single. That's another strategy. So first look at the multiple vendor first strategy. This is 90 strategy. Negotiate with the many suppliers. For each product, we have two or three suppliers. So one supplier cannot supply, we call another two to support. So that's one thing. Long-term partnering, yes. Vertical integration, this way. Keiretsu is later I tell you what is Keiretsu. Virtual company that use supplier on and as needed. This is another strategy. All these strategy. So basically, if you look at it, many supplier means why use many supplier? Because commonly used for commodity product. One product is supplied by so many suppliers. For example, I want to buy car tire. I want to buy car tire to assemble my car. The car tire, I won't source from one vendor. I'll source from two or three vendors. Why I do that? Anybody? Why you always keep two or three vendor to supply the parts? Anybody? Anyone want to try? Why we need to have two or three supplier? Can we
To
live with one
reduce the
supplier?
risk of the supply chain.
Yes. Exactly, Tite Yara, reduce the risk. In case one filler go bankrupt or what, you always can buy some source from another supplier. That was a strategy in 90s. That was strategy in 90s. Purchasing, supplier compete with one another. Got two, three, they compete among themselves to deliver the best or offer the best price. They compete among themselves because they want to get the business right. Supplier is responsible for technology, expertise, all that they take care. This is many supply. If I have many supply for one particular part. But then this strategy changed. Year 2000 and late 90s and early 2000s changed. After 2000 changed. You know why? They look for few supply. Why? Why they now look for few supplier? Anybody? Last time they used to have two or three supplier for one product. Now, and the year after 2000, but not now. Now after COVID, the strategy changed. Before COVID, for the last 20 years, they only look for one supplier. Why? Or fewer supplier. Instead of maybe one or two supplier, not like less than 3, 4. Possible even one also got. Any idea why? Why they went to this strategy? Because if I have 3 supplier, I buy, maybe I need 100 lah. Then to maintain these 3 filler, I cannot give 100 to here and 0 to these 2 filler, right? Maybe a year got 50, 30, 20. Am I right now? To always keep in touch with these 3 filler. Maybe I buy 20 from here, I buy 30 from here, maybe I source 50 from this particular floor. So this particular filler. So because always have 3 supplier, continuously supply. When I go fewer supplier, what will happen is that why I need 3 supplier when one filler can give me maybe all the 100 or 2 fillers maybe can give me 2. I chop down 1. So I look for fewer supplier. So what you call it economy of scale. When I give fewer supplier, the volume that each other producing be higher. Will be higher. For example, this filler, last time maybe 50, maybe now the filler will get 60 or 70. Maybe I take this plus 1, 20, give it to the plus 70 and 30. So this filler will have more or all the 100 to one particular supplier. When I make it 100 to one particular supplier, it becomes what do you call? Scale, economy of scale means I can drive the filler to reduce the price. Last time buy for certain quantity, this is the price. Now higher volume, the more you produce, the lesser the cost. The more you produce, lesser the cost, right? So I drive down the filler to reduce the cost because I'm giving you high volume. to particular product because you're the only one. So I'm giving all the quantity to you, so you bring down the cost. So that was a strategy he followed in the year 2000. Why need to maintain 3 costs? Too much call, need to make a contact here, contact there, all that is waste. Just have one supplier enough. We deal with one filler, negotiate with one filler, give him to all the quantity to him so that he can supply with the lower cost. This was a strategy that we thought at that point of time until COVID. Supplier, supplier more willing to participate in JIT program. You're the only one. So you have to deliver on time whenever I ask you submit because I give all the quantity to you. Since your volume is high, you can drag down the cost lower. So that was the strategy until COVID. You know what happened after COVID? Anybody? Anyone knows what happened after the COVID? Are we following fewer supplier or more supplier? Anyone? Are we following fewer supplier or more supplier after the COVID? Anyone? Okay, for information. Okay, before that, I just ask one person, maybe the Samuel. Are you there, Samuel?
Yes, doctor.
What do you think?
What's your question again?
After the COVID, are we maintaining one supplier or a few supplier or more supplier? What is our strategy after the COVID?
For me, I have no idea.
No idea. Never mind.
But,
Okay,
but you are
basically,
teaching now. It's a new thing to me lah. You said been focusing on a few supplier rather than more supplier.
yes. Those days, 90s, more supplier. After year 2000, we went for few supplier because I don't want to maintain too many supplier. Cost too much of delay, too much of negotiation. If you want one, I need negotiate with 3 filler. 3 supplier and negotiate with 3 filler. I need to contact 3 filler. I need to issue invoice to 3 filler. Why? Wasting. Invoice 1 filler means I just invoice 1 invoice to 1 filler. I give him more quantity, so can bring down the cost to me. I only deal with 1 filler rather than deal with the 3 filler. Isn't it? That was the direction that went from after 2000 until COVID. After COVID, totally changed. You know why now what happened was, after the COVID, you know what happened was, when they have one supplier and during the COVID, the particular supplier down, my whole operation down. I cannot move. This happened because that time COVID affecting China. When the China was hit by the COVID, we cannot even movement control. All the control was there. Movement control order, right? MCO. When China was blocked, China said cannot ship, cannot move anything. The whole world was down. Because why? They cannot get parts from the China. Because we always buy from one filler. So one filler down, my whole operation down. Then they realize, oh, very high risk now. I cannot source the part from other part of the world. Even though in Mexico, there's nothing wrong in Mexico. My factory in Mexico can function as per normal because that part of the world not affected. So, but then I don't have parts because I always depend on this particular supplier, and this particular supplier happened to be in China. These are major things that happened during that period. So now going back to the more supplier. So more supplier, less risk. If any one of them affected, other two can still support me. That was the decision we made. So now you can start to see more suppliers outside there compared to before COVID. Okay, and that was the reason. Okay. Virtual, okay, virtual companies. This all strategy. Okay, before this strategy, Keiritsu means network. Means it's a Japanese terminology. It's a strategy. It's a strategy. A supply chain strategy means what? A middle ground between few and also vertical. Vertical means this way. That means everything produced by myself. Everything under me. I don't outsource. That means what? Vertical means, let's say, I myself produce the tire. I myself use the tire for assembling the car. I myself distribute the car to customer. I myself maintain the service center. All the costs related to the car operation is under me. That's called vertical integration. Vertical integration. That means everything is me. For example, like I am a Toyota, I the one produce some of the major parts of the, let's say tire. I say just one example. I the one produce the tire. I the one assemble the tire. I the one I have my own transport to ship the part to the various location. I the one maintain the warehouse. I the one deliver the part to customer. I the one distribute the product to the customer. I the one have my own sales office to sell the car to customer. So the same line we call vertical. Keiretsu is just a combination of all the other parts. That means you can see on the next slide. I think next slide. No, it's not here. Wait. Okay. Basically, Keiretsu means everyone is linked. That means I have because to run the supply chain management, big things. We need financer, we need supplier, we need assembly, we need transport, logistic, all that. So what happens is Keiretsu strategy means I have maybe I have the shareholder in the bank, or I have the shareholder, the supplier. Maybe I'm my subsidy doing the distribution. My subsidy could be the one of the supplier, or the subsidy can be the bank who pump in the money for my operation and so on. That is a Keiretsu strategy. I don't have so many. I don't have few. It's average. And the kind of support that I have under my control. Under my control. So that is a Japanese strategy. So that means Japanese strategy have a lot of subsidiary that can help to support this operation. For the car, let's say car means I have subsidiary on some making the tire, distribute the car, and so on. So that's what you mean by the Keiretsu strategy. So this is a radio frequency, just the signal that you send the parts to their operations and all that. Vendor selection, how you select your supplier or your vendor. What there's a formula. Normally we request for request for quotation, RFQ, request for quotation. So that means normally they will send some quotation, a request for quotation, they will supply the parts, and after that we do a test run to see whether the particular parts that we're buying, raw material they're buying from the particular supplier fits our requirements or not. All these will take place before you do the vendor selection. Vendor selected means we have our own system there. We'll update his name, so we only can buy from that particular system. Normally, all these tasks be done by the procurement engineer. If you're interested, you can work as a procurement engineer. Very good field. Procurement engineer means they're going to source the vendor. Once they source ready, they get some sample from the vendor. They run that sample, manufacturing company, and they collect the results, and they see whether the parts they bought, the sample part fits our operations or not, fits our requirements or not. Yes, and that vendor is qualified. And this whole process is done by the procurement engineer. So you can try. Logistic management, yes, talking about the moving the parts from point A to point B. And these are also very big things. Of course, you need a lot of transport. You need the transport movement of part from A to B. There are so many ways of moving the part from A to B. You can use lorry, you can use ship, you can use flight, you can even use pipe to deliver the goods from one location to another location. Distribution. So you can use truck, railroad. Remember now we are going for ECRL from Port Klang to the Kuantan port. Moving the parts from Port Klang to the Kuantan, cutting through the middle of peninsula cut through to the Pahang and going right up to the Kuantan port. So if let's say you want to move the container from Port Klang to the Kuantan, previously you have to load in the ship have to travel Singapore and go back to Kuantan. We will by ship or by truck, or use the Karak Highway to go the other side if you are using truck. But now they already built the ECRL, whereby you put it on the trail. We're going to use the railroads to transfer the cargo from one location to another, means from east to west Malaysia. Of course, there are also a lot of challenges, a lot of issues, and so on. Maybe you need to read up to understand what are the challenges they have if you move the goods through rail system. Air flight, you move the parts through the air. Of course, it's very expensive. It's very, very expensive. Sometimes 3 times or 4 times more expensive than you move by the ship. Ship is the cheapest. Let's say you want to move bulk item, waterway as a ship. This is the cheapest. If you want to make bulk item, and long distance. Far distance, yes, you can use the ship. It's a cheaper. Of course, it takes very long period. For example, from here to Europe, shipping from Malaysia to Europe, I think it's about 30 to 40 days. Shipment, sail through. From the day you leave the port line here, by the time you reach in Europe or America, can go 30 to 40 days. It's very long. So all these are the, of course, every mode have their own challenges and so on, the price, costing. If you interested, then you can study all these aspects, what are the challenges, like marine or port management, how to manage the port, the port line port, how to manage what the issue with that, the container, so many things are there. Logistic on the land transport, land transport moving through the land. Air transport moving the part through the air. Rail means through the track, railway track. All these are the method of moving the parts. Pipelines, moving items are like water. Water pipes, you need to move, let's say, water from one dam to another consumer, we need to use the pipe, right? Same thing, you want to move the petrol from one location to another location, you use the pipe. So also another method of distribution. So you can use any methods, all depends on our cost and so on. Any question, hello? Yeah, I can understand. Supply chain management is very interesting. As I say again, any one of you interested or not to do a thesis on supply chain management? No, very difficult lesson. Is it difficult? Actually, it's interesting. You basically need to look at the overall aspect operation from supplier, your manufacturing, assemble the parts. Once you assemble the part to the specification, pack, then take the part to the customer, distribute to the customer. So that's all about the supply chain management. Okay, so measuring supply chain performance. Number one, you look at the lead time. What's the lead time? Anybody knows what's the lead time? Anyone? No idea. What is the lead time means? Hello? Why out so quiet? Yes, anyone?
Yeah, it's the maybe I try. Lead time is where you place an order. It's a time frame that the supplier or the vendor can provide the goods in a certain period of time. Yeah.
Yes. The time you order, the time you receive the part. The time you order, the time you receive, duration is called lead time. Lead time is time the point you place the order by the time you receive the parts. That's duration called lead time. So short term is better. If A can give you within this period, let's say 8 weeks, if B gives you the same product for maybe 10 weeks, then it's not effective anymore. It's not effective. Everyone will fight for that. If industry standard, let's say supplier A can give you this part within 10 days means everyone will fight for that. If you can produce 9, good people make the order for you, place the order on you. If you only take 12 days or 14 days to deliver, your lead time is 14 days, then maybe you might not receive the order. Okay, here also got problem. I have not said a lot of challenges. If you make a premium payment, they deliver faster. Premium payment. Ordinary means maybe 14 days, 14 weeks, 14 days. Premium means maybe 7 days also got. So it depends on the lead time. So time spent against placing the order. Say let's say here they give the percentage. Number of shortage and all that. So basically, supply chain look at the buyer assets committed inventory. Yes, the much in asset. Measuring the performance, how much inventory, percentage of inventory that you're holding it versus the total asset. All these some of the statistic. Some of the calculation that can use to measure the efficiency of our operations. So total asset, manufacturing. See inventory as a percentage of total asset. How much inventory I have versus the total asset of my whole operation. Total asset means my building, my machines and all that. From that, how many percentage is my inventory? You say, remember in accounting, we have a total asset. That's one of it called. We have a current asset, fixed asset, then one of it will be inventory, right? So you want to measure how much from that total asset is your inventory. So like Toyota, they only maintain 5%. Coca-Cola only 2.9% inventory. See, restaurant McDonald's only 0.01%. Home Depot is about 25%. So some These are the market figure that you can compare with the other company. Let's say you're going to take the Proton. You're going to see what is their percentage they're holding it. If Toyota can hold 5% to be so efficient, if you Proton holding, let's say 10%, that means it's not efficient already. Not efficient. So we compare this figure number with the market. So if your one, see what's your number, inventory versus the total. If yours is 7%, 8%, that means it shows you're holding so much inventory. Why? Such a big company like Toyota can own only 5% inventory. Why your operation is such a small one compared to Toyota, yet you're holding such a big inventory for what? Holding, remember, holding huge inventory is a cost to the company. So these are some of the measurement that you can use to measure your performance. Hello, any questions so far? Hello, same thing. All these are measuring the turnover efficiency of the supply chain management. Anyone got any question? Hello, all very quiet only, all waiting. Okay, just basically before we end the class, I want to ask you, remember that, what do you call this assignment? Remember the individual assignment, your 10? If you choose like this subject, this area, supply chain management. So in supply chain management, remember, you need to talk about the, there's one part there. Wait, just give me 1 minute. Let me open the question so that I can see what to ask. So they asked about, okay, the individual assignment, So let's say you choose supply chain management. The third part, chapter 3, I think. Chapter 1 and chapter 2. Chapter 2 talking literature review. Chapter 1 introduction, no issue. Chapter 2 talking literature review. Literature means go and find definition, what is supply chain management, and how means more elaboration about supply chain management. Here we're just talking about the definitions and so on. That's what we call literature review or recent research people have done related to this supply chain management. That's what we mean by the literature review. 3 is why description of organization operation management area, how support the operation strategy. So how the supply chain management strategy support your business strategy. That's what you mean by the business strategy or operation strategy. Supply chain management, let's say you take the logistic management. How your logistic management strategy support your operations or support your business strategy. Then from there, you just do the recommendation and possibly chapter 5, all the barriers. Barriers, not barriers of the operation, no, barriers your recommendation being implemented. Remember, after you studying the supply chain operation, now let's say the strategy, then you think you want to give some suggestion. Why not do this? Why not do that? Or you can propose, okay, why not company buy this what you call Oracle system to improve the operations? Very good suggestion, right? Very good suggestion. Then next question comes in. What will be the? Do you think they'll buy the idea? Yeah, you think the buying, suggesting the what you call Oracle system is good, improve the operation, improve the efficiency, blah blah blah. But chapter 4 asking you recommendation. You already recommend? Yes, you recommend company to use the Oracle system. Good, right? Then chapter 5, you need to answer possible barrier that could prevent your recommendation being implemented. Here, chapter 5, you're talking, you already proposed the solution, recommendation, which is buy the Oracle to support the operation. So in chapter 5 is called what could be possible barrier for the recommendation to be implemented. So here definitely first thing is what? The cost. Oracle is very expensive. Whether the company can afford to buy the Oracle. Number 2, whether Oracle they train the staff. Whether they have a budget to train the staff. Number 3, after training, will the staff stay long with the company? Because every time to train one staff, we need so much money to use that particular system. If the staff turnover is very high, means imagine it's a total waste. So these are the barrier for your recommendation to be implemented. So please read carefully and answer accordingly. Not recommendation to improve the system. No. Recommendation of implementing your proposal. barrier to implement your proposal. Is that clear, hello?
Yes, yes. Doctor.
Doctor.
Oops.
Please be careful
Yeah,
with
Siti,
the.
go ahead first.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry,
yeah,
doctor. I
somebody-
have a
yeah,
question because I'm doing it on HR decision.
Mm.
So maybe can you elaborate a little bit more how I can, because I've sort of drafted it,
Okay,
but
how
I just
HR, okay, I'll give you one example. How can HR improve the operations? Just give me one. What's your your suggestion to improve the HR operation?
actually one proposal that I made is to improve the engagement. Like it's the HR is it? That's what I wanted to know. Is it like
Okay.
one practice
Okay, I
or
just-
because I gave a few actually.
Okay, fair enough. I give you another reason. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's say you are now talking about the engagement. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the solution to improve the engagement, maybe you say you propose some technology. So where technology can, for example, what technology? Engagement, maybe engagement very subjective can area. Maybe I just another one. Maybe to understand, yeah. Maybe you're proposing to improve the time tracking, people coming to work and all tracking the time, you propose a facial recognition system. Khatijah? Possible?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Go
Let's
on.
say you're proposing a face recognition system to track the attendance. Simple one. Then, of course, that's a recommendation. Recommendation is propose a facial recognition system to track your attendance, time taking, attendance, attendance. And then, what will be the barrier? Barrier means whether the company has money enough to implement the system, the facial recognition system. Number one. Number two, whether they have the people to monitor, or do they have the budget to train the people? Or maybe do you think is it worth or not? Because they say the operations may be not very big, very small operation. Do you think it's worth spending so much on a facial recognition system for them? This is what called potential barrier. Same thing, even you said employee engagement. You say employee engagement, one of the proposal is that they must conduct a monthly gathering. Can I say that? Khadija?
Can.
You say you are proposing employee engagement. One of the
Yeah.
activities that to have a monthly gathering. Okay. Then a possible barrier for this is, do they have the budget to spend on monthly? So these are things you can put. Potential barrier, I feel in order to employ engagement, just let's have a monthly gathering. During the gathering, maybe we can celebrate the birthdays of the months, whoever staff under the particular month, we can celebrate, we can buy gift to those people born in that particular month to improve the engagement among the employees. Yes, very good suggestion. Barrier will be, do they have the budget to do it or not? Do they have the time to do or not? Because you need to get together everyone, it's not easy. Second, do you think the staff will be interested? These are the barrier that you can suggest.
Yeah, but I just want to know the recommendation is only one, is it? Because right now I give a
No,
few.
I can give more. You can give
Oh,
more.
okay,
I'm
can
just
give
giving
more.
one only.
Oh,
I just
okay,
give an
okay.
example only.
Oh, okay.
I just give one example. What will be a possible barrier to your recommendation? You give
So the-
recommendation first. Then what
Okay.
could be the barrier? You yourself will say what is the barrier from implementing it.
The chapter 3,
Mm.
I'm just explaining how the company is already doing things, right?
Yeah, how this support the operation, how the HR strategy
Okay.
support. HR, that one is general HR. How
Okay.
HR support the operations. Yes. Anyone? That's all?
That one is
Yeah, doctor,
general. Sorry, doctor. That one is the chapter 3 is generic or it's tailored to that organization.
Tailored to the organization.
Okay, tailored. Okay.
Okay, doctor, JT
Ah.
here. Okay, I do have plan, or maybe I've already started the supply chain management, right, on this topic. So when I look at the chapter 2 that you asked us to do the literature review, right? You also mentioned to look at relevant theory on business strategy and operation strategy, and then we look into whatever teams that we've selected. So do we still need to go into the business strategy and the operation strategy part, or we can just dive in directly into our team?
You can dive to the team also can.
Okay, so then any specific literature that you need, like 5 of them, 3?
Now up to you. All this I don't say because the number won't count.
Okay, no problem.
Uh-huh.
Then secondly, right, there's a second part of it whereby you wanted us to put in appendix, right, of the interviews, right? So
That
there
is
are certain
optional, yeah.
interviews. So do we still need that in appendix or how? Sorry.
That one is optional.
Okay, so the interview and 5 to 7 questions are all optional, huh?
Yeah, but the question you put it there better, but the actual one, the transcript is optional. Don't put a SNAMI, but please put the question.
So put the question in the appendix.
Yeah, the question that you want to ask.
Okay, but then how do we park into the chapters here? It's
You
a
can put it
challenge
inside
part.
also. That one, no
Yeah,
problem,
right. So we
put it.
can put in 6, for example, chapter 4, plan recommendation, and also chapter 6, personal reflection.
Because
Something like that.
basically you ask question, right?
Yep.
That's the ask question that you want to see how this particular area to support the business strategy or how this particular support the operations. Chapter 3 can put in one.
Yes, correct. That's true. Yep.
You can put there how this support because you ask him. Similar.
Okay, thanks, doctor.
Okay. So more than 10 exceed 10 minutes a day. I hope I believe some of you got class. If no question, we end here. See you next week. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you,
Thank you,
doctor.
doctor. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Have a
Bye.
nice evening, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.